Hi everyone, this is Michael Judge coming to you again from Winnipeg in the center of Canada. And as we come to the end of this year, 2023, I want to wish everyone a good 2024. And I also wanted to talk to you about a paper that I just finished reading that I thought was really interesting and worth having a look at. So this paper is entitled Chemicals Mediate Interactions Between Plant-Associated Fungi and Insects. It was published in the Journal of Systematics and Evolution earlier this year. And it's a really worthwhile paper. It's a little bit different than some of the others that I've talked to you about because it's actually a review paper rather than original research. However, I think review papers can be extremely useful because they not only collate and coalesce a lot of helpful information, they can also provide new and fresh insights into that particular information that they're collating. So in this case, what really caught my attention about this paper is that it centers on a really fascinating subject, which is the ability of plants, fungi, and insects to communicate amongst themselves using volatile compounds. Many of you may already know that insects such as bees use volatile compounds known as pheromones to communicate, and in fact many other mammals do as well, including humans. But in this case, the paper is focused on the particular ability of fungi to use this method of communication. And it's rather unique because prior papers have looked at some interactions between plants and insects, but this particular paper, as I said, focuses on the role of fungi in these interactions, which is really an incredible aspect of how the natural environment works. So what they do is they report all the information that's been obtained to date related to these interactions, and they have a really nice summation of all the various volatile chemicals that are used and the various aspects of utilization of these chemicals by fungi. And it turns out that fungi have a very complex series of interactions between plants and insects. So, for example, they may release chemicals or cause chemicals to be released that can either attract insects, that can repel them, that can promote feeding on the plant, that can inhibit feeding, and can have many, many other types of effects on the interactions between plants and insects to the benefit of the fungi. There's also a lot of really interesting examples about how these interactions occur. As an example, they talk about one particular type of ant which actually ingests the fungi. And when it excretes the digested fungi, it releases an enzyme. And this enzyme is actually able to break down toxins that would otherwise prevent it from eating certain plants. So there's all sorts of interactions between this kind of triangle, the plants, fungi, and insects, that are detailed in this review. It just makes really interesting reading. As I said, they also have a very thorough list or table of many of the chemicals that have been identified. As an example, there are quite a number of esters, which is what we might expect. Many times esters are volatile and have particular odors, and so they often serve as chemical signals, and many of those are indeed used by these fungi to communicate for various purposes with insects. They also give some examples. One example is octanol, which can, depending on the insect species, can act as either a repellent or an attractant. Other volatile compounds that they mention are linalool, additional esters, mannitol, penicillic acid, a very wide range. And again, these compounds have an extremely wide range of effects depending on what it is that the fungi want to accomplish. I wanted to bring the paper to your attention because I do think it's an incredible insight into the wonderful complexity of the natural world, and I highly suggest that you have a read through it. Thanks very much, and have a great 2024. Bye for now.